The truth is, there's two things that walked into that fucking school: a gun and a human. So you gotta tackle it. You gotta tackle both. You can't just say it's the human, and you can't just say it's the gun. It's both. Find a way to create regulations surrounding that.
Hold up, Felicia. Hey, stop bumming my phone. My phone blowing up. Come on, you need to go home. Get out. Call me Felicia. High school romance. Now you got a boyfriend. Come on, and I'm still a drug addict. Hold up. I need a fucking blow up. I need a fucking bang. I need some fucking rain.
I heard that it was the off-duty cop that actually got to kill the
Yeah,
shooter.
yeah. That I'm not surprised. But
And you know how that happened is because the off-duty cop has his wife and his kid at that school, and as soon as it happened, the wifey is like, "Yo, there's a live shooter here." Text message, "I love you." She sends the text. He was at a barbershop getting his hair cut.
pulls up with the half beard.
He pulls up with a half fade on. He asked the barber if he has a gat. Luckily, you're in Texas, and the barber has a gat.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Luckily, you're in Texas. The barber guy had a gat.
No.
Yeah, he had a shotgun and a pistol.
No.
Yeah. So he grabs shotgun and pistol and pulls up to the school before the whole chaos happened. And then I don't know who was in charge of the Pussy Walla Dem SWAT team that is geared up to the max with a shield, but they were making them wait before moving in. But I get it, as a precaution, they don't know how many shooters are inside. You need more information. But when there's like 6-year-old kids inside and you have gats and you're a team of like 20.
Dude, they don't give a fuck. It's not a question of security or whatever, but if they really had your security in mind, like they would honestly understand that it's a fucking school, elementary school full of kids, and there's no price for this, you know? There's no price. It's like you need to go in, bro. You need to go in. You have shields and shit.
Anyways, the whole idea that we're arguing how to defend a school from with like children inside from a gun shooting is just crazy society.
There's actually people in the States that are being like, yo, we need bulletproof vests. You remember last year there was a school shooting and the people were like, yo, teachers should have guns, and like we thought that was a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Now that idea has become legitimate. And the new idea is kids should wear bulletproof vests. That idea is crazy today. Wait a year. The teachers are gonna have guns.
It is crazy, man. It is the way that society is like unfolding right now. It is just quite unfortunate.
Why don't they get rid of the guns? That's what I think is fascinating.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way.
I know there's no way, right? And like even like as if we were American, saying get rid of the guns,
no, we would get shot.
We would get pulled up on. We would, or like just lose a couple followers or like whatever. So
no,
like
we would get banned.
Y'all do whatever the fuck you want in the States, but like
but there's arguments.
Sad, man.
No, but there's arguments for and against it. Okay. So this is what I was thinking about. Okay.
I think it's crazy. How can you get...
I listened to American podcasts and I went to like, I think it was some sort of I want to say subreddit, but it was Quora. It was Quora, and Americans are 100% ingrained with the idea that they have to have a gun.
Pull up.
Like there's no taking the guns away. So that's out of the question, okay? Just the idea of doing some sort of training before acquiring a gun, to them is, even that seems to be far-fetched. The idea of like doing background checks and maybe lifting the age of which you receive a gun. So you're not allowed to drink until you're 21, but you're allowed to buy a gun when you're 18.
The idea of doing more strict background checks in the States is out there. You know, it's far-fetched.
But the thing that's fucked up,
people aren't down.
But until we see a day where private entities can no longer pay politicians, so the NRA pays politicians. So if you're getting $1 million from the NRA a year,
billions, bro,
you're not going to go speak against guns.
I know, of course not. I'd be curious to see what percentage of American-owned guns are made in America.
Okay, no, but I have a more interesting
go for it.
statistic. So the Americans are 4% of the whole population of the world. I don't know if that's accurate, but okay, this is what I heard online. 4% of the population of the world, but they own 50% of the guns.
In the world,
Yeah. So they have more than enough guns.
there are more guns than people in the United States.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. Okay. You know why they're so attached to the guns? Because the Americans are
Civil war, bro.
No. Americans are afraid of tyranny. Now, what's tyranny? Tyranny is an oppressive, invasive government that tells you how to live.
Yeah.
So their freedom to them is so valuable that they need a gun in order to signal or feel as if they still have their freedom. Because
what they say is that like, yo, they start taking your guns away and then they start taking your rights away.
No, but exactly. But the thing is, we're seeing the other side of the spectrum in Canada here, where the government feels to be more and more invasive.
Even Justin, bro, he did a fucking communiqué de presse. He's like, we're gonna get rid of like guns or whatever, like make it like handguns.
No, but exactly. He banned guns, and he wants to, I think, reacquire or confiscate the guns of people who already had guns.
Yeah.
And now you can
Handguns.
No, but exactly. You can no longer trade guns. You can no longer buy guns in Canada.
Ever since the Texas shooting.
Ever since the Texas shooting. Do I feel safer in the streets? Maybe a little.
Nah,
I don't know.
bro.
I'm not
All
so
the guns I've seen in Montreal are illegal guns. All of them. Like, it's not gonna change a thing about like gun shootings and shit like, in the streets. Like. It's not gonna change a thing.
Okay, yeah, but the gun problem in Canada is nowhere near the situation in the US.
Well, I don't know.
We don't
There's
have
not
shootings every day, bro.
No,
We don't have mass shootings.
No, of course not. But there has been more kids dying by gunshot today, this year, than when we were growing up. When we were growing up, nobody was getting shot by guns. Now you see like, I don't know, for example, fucking Jeune Loup. C'est son nom, Jeune Loup, got killed last year by a gun. He was riding his bike.
Okay, but this is the thing.
People are dying.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, no, but there's obviously an increase in criminal activities since the pandemic. I feel like people were closed, locked down, and then it became a very like ruthless, like oh fuck, my livelihood is in threat. I need to wheel and deal. I need to fucking figure my shit out. Survival of the fittest type of energy resurfaced since the pandemic. You know,
In Canada.
Well, I think, yeah, wherever there was lockdowns, yo, man, listen, a lot of us have mental issues, and then you take us and you fucking make us not see anybody and create rules that bring us into solitude.
Yeah.
Solitude for humans is the worst thing you could do. In prison, when you fuck up, they put you in solitude. In solitary confinement. Right there. It's like the worst thing you could do to a human and to their psyche.
Well, not only that, but solitary confinement, but also watching TV and the government just giving you fucking information, like blasting your mind.
And then we also have a clown like Trudeau with a fake ass persona. He's the politician that has the most fakest persona I've ever seen in my time.
Yeah.
Personally. It's just like,
you know what's crazy with Justin Trudeau is like when he first got elected, the American media was like, oh, so we're not all lucky enough to have an amazing president like Justin Trudeau. First, everybody loved him.
At first, everybody loved him, but then the pandemic showed his true colors. Yeah, and then you're trying to see like, okay, you.
No, but also before the pandemic, like the gas lines, like the pipelines. I mean, like he was like just like a very hypocritical.
He's just a virtue signaling little toddy. In my opinion, he's just like, okay, this is gonna look good.
Dude, this guy studied in fucking theater, no?
He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Yeah. Like, he looks like an actor.
You can't get more fucking actor than that.
Yeah. And he's still continuing his whole like COVID theater. Like the whole world has moved on, and he's still like trying to act like
counting the numbers. Like, we have 3 people that are dead today.
He's like, we're at 99% vaccinated. Let's keep going. It's like, yo, bro, what do you want, man? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, all this to say that listen, I see Canada and US as two spectrums. America being like, we have a freedom, but we have guns. And Canada being like, we have a little bit less freedom, but we have no guns. So if the government tells us that we have to speak French in the house, we have no choice. Like, I don't have a gat to protect myself. You know what I mean?
From French. French is coming. Shoot the French language.
if Daddy says that I have to stay home by like 9 p.m., I have to stay home by 9 p.m., bro. We have curfews here. Like we have less and less control of
Papa Trudeau.
We have less and less control of our lives. And I see the consequences of that. And then on the US side, I see too much freedom. You know what I mean? And I see no social net. So I see a lot of homelessness in LA, and I see a lot of like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk into a school and I'm blasting kids in the face.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
there's a rage in America, I feel like a certain.
no, but the thing is, okay, there's a lot of kids, okay, that are playing video games that their parents ditched them.
Yeah.
No, they ditched them, bro. Imagine you grew up without love from your parents. Like your parents don't even love you. Maybe you were conceited by a rape. Okay. And then you're living with grandma, and grandma's just yelling at you and smoking cigarettes in your face and telling you you're a piece of shit. And you're playing video games and you get bullied online because you didn't
suck. You're bad at the video game.
You're bad at the video game. Then you reach a breaking point, and then you try to talk to girls, and girls like, ew, go away. So you have like all of society telling you you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, especially at that age. Like,
and yeah, at that age is probably the time in my life where I was the most confused.
The most like
impulsive, confused. I don't know what's going on internally. I can't label what's going on as anxiety, stress, or depression. I couldn't even label what was happening inside of me. That's how confused I was as an 18-year-old. And to think that there's guys that have it way worse than me.
Yeah.
I was somewhat athletic. I had friends, I had family, and I still suffered.
Yeah, still like.
So I'm like, imagine that 10x.
Yeah.
And you're like,
with a gun.
With a gun.
Aye.
So you break. They break mentally.
Big problem.
And these 18-year-old kids, they could just walk in and buy an AR-15, which is like a military gun.
Is there any other place in the world where there's like the gun policy is so
loose? I looked up a few of them, and there's like Venezuela, Mexico. There's a couple.
It's not the best examples, man.
It's not the best examples.
Not at all.
But anyways, all this to say that here at the Pobo Show, we won't have the answer for the gun control problem. But somebody made an interesting point online. He's like, the Americans are divided. They're like, some people are, it's a gun problem, so they're looking at the gun, and some people are like, it's a mental health problem, and they're just looking at the human. The truth is, there's two things that walked into that fucking school: a gun and a human. So you gotta tackle it. You gotta tackle both. You can't just say it's the human, and you can't just say it's the gun. It's both. Find a way to create regulations surrounding that.